Hey, how's it going? It is currently November 10th, and in about 2 weeks exactly, I am traveling from Minnesota, where I live, to Arizona, where most of my family currently lives. Now, I've made this trip a few times in the past. I do it about every year, and I'm spending about a week and a half down there. Which is a long time to, not do any editing, streaming, etc., etc. And a lot of that time I don't have anything planned. I'm just hanging out around the house with my family. And so I figured I should come up with a better way to get some work done while I'm down there. And in the past, I've tried working from like a tablet or a laptop or whatever, but it just doesn't have the power that I need for what I do. So I decided to come up with a different solution. Now, at the beginning of this year, I built a new super powerful PC for all of my streaming, gaming, editing, and other graphical needs. But I do still have my old PC, or at least most of the parts from it. But it's a full-size tower. It's way too big to travel with, so I decided to take the parts from that PC along with some new ones and build a small form factor PC that I can actually travel with. So I have behind me here all the parts that I need to make this build, and yeah, I'm just gonna document the process of building and then transporting this PC across the country. This could go terribly, but let's give it a try. Not sure how in depth I'm gonna go on the building process because frankly most of it is pretty boring, but here's the overview of the parts. The important stuff is mainly the Ryzen 5. It's upside down. And then this is the 3070 from my old PC, which is, pretty powerful for a PC this small. So I'm excited to still have this and that it still works and runs well. And everything else is pretty boilerplate here. Pretty no frills because it's going in such a small PC. But yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. So I'm ready to get started. I have never done a build this small before, but I probably built like 4 or 5 past PCs, so I at least more or less know what I'm doing. But yeah, this will be interesting. I think I'm going to just set up a little like time lapse, and if I have anything to interject as I build, I will. Yeah, just sit back and enjoy. False start on the time lapse, unfortunately. I don't know why it wouldn't work, because I did it in the last vlog, but whatever. I am just going to start building though, and I'll update periodically, I guess, or maybe show some of the more interesting parts of the build. Sorry about the time lapse, I guess, but here goes nothing anyways. I'm about to set the CPU. This is my least favorite part. Gotta make sure it's oriented right. Just always feels like you're breaking something. Voila. So I've got the CPU and the RAM seated, and now I'm going to do my second least favorite part, which is putting the fan on. I was actually worried if this would fit. It's a pretty small Noctua fan, but it just fits. So that's nice at least. Let's get to fastening this thing on. It is very interesting building with such a small motherboard. I'm used to motherboards like twice this size. It's kind of nice though. It's not hard to find anything. It's all just right there. You know what? I just realized that maybe the M2 should go in first.
Few moments later.
Okay. I got the drive on there with quite a bit of effort, but I'm ready to put the fan on now. It wants me to flip the whole thing over, which freaks me out. Okay, the back plate is still attached, which is good, because I have to screw it in through the back plate. All right, let's just get the thermal paste on there. The problem is lining this up where it's supposed to be. Flip it over and then screw it in. I feel like I'm just smearing thermal paste around. Not a fan of this. Am I doing something wrong? This is freaking me out. I don't think that I would probably buy this fan again. Hopefully it works really well, because it ain't inspiring confidence in the installation process. It's not like screwing into anything. There it goes. Son of a bitch. I think what sucks is that these instructions seem to be for a different fan because they're referencing parts that I don't have, but I think I have it figured out. It's a bit annoying. At this point, it'll be a miracle if the PC works at all. I've never had a build go wrong yet. I shouldn't even say that. Okay. After much trials and tribulation, I have a fan installed. Looks great. So I took a little break for lunch, but I'm ready to start building in the case. And actually, a ton of the case comes apart, which is really cool because it's so small that I was worried about how I was gonna fit everything in there. But because you can just kind of blow the thing wide open, that's pretty nice. So hopefully this will go smoothly. I'm about to put the motherboard in. All right, just gotta screw those in. I actually probably could have bought a bigger fan. I was worried about that though. Case comes with another fan as well, which is nice. Okay, the motherboard is on. Woo! All right, I've got a lot of stuff in the case. It's time, big kahuna 3070 to go in. Open that up first. And pop it in. Boom. Come on. Why isn't it going in? There we go. Oh, wow. Okay, it's in. Jesus. Do you hear that shit? Oh, it shouldn't take a million pounds of force to get that in. It is now a few hours later, and quite an ordeal later. I've been trying to figure out just how to get everything hooked up and like fit in here. And this case is lovely to build in because like everything comes out really easily. The thing is there's just limited space. So I've moved the PSU, I've taken the graphics card in and out a few times, and now I'm just focusing on where the hell are all the cables gonna go. And in doing so, I figured out that the power supply did not come with the correct cable for my GPU. Where did I put it? This cable that I'm holding right here is the one for the 40 series, NVIDIA 40 series and beyond. Whereas I have a 3070. So the adapter is slightly different in such an annoying way. But I do know that this adapter will work because it's what I was using with my previous PC. So I'm gonna just go with it and hopefully everything turns on and is fine. I don't know why it wouldn't, but it just freaks me out when I can't use the provided cable. And I believe this adapter is official from NVIDIA, so it's not like a cheap piece of shit or anything, but I just hope it works, that's all. I am worried about the state of cable management though. I was already worried about airflow in this build, but it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. Okay, I'm gonna just keep plugging stuff in. Just wanted to update. So, looking pretty good here. I've got pretty much all the pieces assembled, and I have a monitor set up. And I'm gonna just do a little test and see if she starts up. Although I'm not sure where the power button is. Well, I missed the moment of truth, but we have power. Fan spun up. Nothing on the monitor though, let's see. Here we go. Yes, dude. Take me to the BIOS. It's interesting, I've never had a motherboard do this to me before. It put me into the Windows repair tool. I did not install Windows on this, so this is very interesting to me. But the computer is on, everything seems to be working. I'm used to it just booting into the BIOS, but we'll dig in there later just to make sure it's got all the RAM and drives and stuff. But looking good so far. And there we go, there's the BIOS. Everything is showing up fine. And I think the reason it's trying to boot into Windows is because I reused the drive from the previous PC, but it knows that it's not the same PC. So yeah, I was just a little confused by that, but I think we're all good. And there you go, all closed up. There's the size comparison with the old one. I mean, is it even half the size? Same power in that little box as the big one, the full tower. Pretty cool, actually. I'm really happy with that. Anyways, I'm gonna start doing the boring stuff and getting stuff set up, but I'm just glad it works and power's on. It is now the next day. Sorry for not updating again yesterday, but truth be told, not much happened. I just worked on installing Windows on the computer, which was a bit of an ordeal. I didn't realize how much it wouldn't like having the old drive from the previous computer that already had Windows on it. So I ended up having to completely clean that drive. But here we are now. And actually, I have kind of a fun surprise for today. I want to stress test this thing's streaming capabilities, especially on the go. And so I'm going to set it up just out here on the couch in the living room and stream from the living room. So that's the goal for today, get like OBS and other necessary software set up on there and try and stream tonight from the living room. So that'll be fun. And yeah, that's going to be my day. So here we go. Here is tonight's stream setup. I'm still getting some things ready, but I've got my mic, my webcam, 2 monitors. I might play games on the TV, which would be kind of fun. So yeah, here goes nothing. This is the new PC setup stress test, living room edition. Yo!
Hi, chat.
What's up, chat? We're on the fucking couch. We're on the motherfucking couch. What is happening tonight is that I am stress testing this PC for like potential streaming on the go. In a couple weeks, we are going down to visit my family in Arizona, and so it would be nice to be able to bring this down and like be able to edit some and stream some down there. You've never seen me without headphones, dude.
Or a hat. You're not wearing a hat.
Well, I would say maybe like 1 in 8 streams I don't wear a hat. Every now and then I'm feeling spicy and I go no hat. I have to remind you guys that I actually have an okay hairline and that I'm not wearing the hat because I'm balding.
You just got a haircut. Yeah,
I just got a haircut.
Just got a haircut.
Just got a haircut on Friday. So.
Ear reveal indeed.
Ear
yeah,
reveal.
show off those ears.
I may not be able to like stream on the go like actually like, but I can stream from my living room now.
So whenever you get sick, you can stream from the couch.
That's true. That's true. It is a little bit of a scuff setup, but yeah, I don't know. It works. It gets the job done.
This is pretty good. You'll have to take a picture of what this looks like.
Yeah. So I've been like vlogging my experience of building this PC and eventually bringing it down to Arizona, and so I will include this as part of that video, like the setup. But yeah, here I am. It's working. It's working. We've got the stream on the couch. All right, a little bit of time has passed. It is now Sunday before we're about to leave, and I just want to show how the computer is packed. So I've got it in a carry-on size bag, stuffed in with some shirts, and the graphics card is taken out and wrapped. I can't find it now. It's probably good. It's wrapped in some like foam and shoved between 2 shirts. So I want this to be packed as tightly as possible. And then I'm going to, this is like a travel size monitor, that's gonna go on top. And so I'm gonna zip this all up and yeah, hopefully this gets through security fine and everything stays put and nothing is damaged. I think I've done everything I can at least. And there we go. Would you even know that there is a computer in there? Probably not. Hopefully this gets my setup safely to Arizona. I will check in tomorrow. And just like that, I'm in Arizona in what will soon be my temporary stream room / office. In case you're wondering, yes, the PC got here in one piece. So if you were wondering if you can reasonably transport your computer across the country in a carry-on bag, the answer is yes, or more realistically, maybe. It went well for me. I had to take everything out at security, but otherwise, it seems like as long as you pack the bag tightly enough and take out the GPU, everything is pretty safe. Went well for me at least. I guess I haven't powered it on yet, but the computer looks like it's in one piece. So I'll show you the setup in a second. This is what I'm working with. Humble compared to what I'm streaming from at home, but it'll do for a few days. But yeah, I've got a monitor. I've actually got 2 monitors. The other one will not be set up today though because it needs a cable. So I'm rocking just 1 monitor today. I will probably stream tomorrow and I'll show you what that setup process looks like. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this all rigged up how I like it, and then I'll show you what we got. Look at that. There we go. Everything's set up. It all worked. Hell yeah. All right, it's ready to go. I mean, I still would like to get another monitor in here, which I need another cable for, but otherwise pretty much ready to work and stream. There we go. It worked out.
Well, hello. It is the next day, and my setup has been working really well. However, I'm going to stream this afternoon, I think, and I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to try and transport everything outside and do a stream with the backdrop of the desert. So that should be fun. I'm going to start working on that now. Just been getting a lot of editing done, and currently I'm on one monitor because I was supposed to have another one, but I only have one HDMI port on my graphics card, and both monitors take HDMI. So I'm currently sitting here waiting for a HDMI to DisplayPort cable to come so that I can have two monitors. It might not get here in time for stream, but oh well. I'm using a kid's book as a mouse pad. So there you go, that's the update. And just like that, the setup is outside, featuring Britta. And quite a view. It's completely overexposed, but you'll see it in just a minute. Yo! Are we coming through? Can you hear us okay?
Hello.
We are, as advertised, in the desert. The webcam probably looks terrible right now, but it is what it is. We're gonna deal with it. This is probably the worst stream setup I've ever had, but I can see chat right now. I have like one monitor and then like a portable monitor attached to Britta's computer next to me. Britta will join me in a second. Also, the dog is barking. It's chaos. I was not kidding. You guys thought I was kidding. I'm in the desert. Yeah, it's Azerbaijan. Yeah.
Azerbaijan, yes.
What's up, everyone? We out here in the desert. Don't get too used to this. I thought this would just be fun for a one-off thing. I think my favorite part about this setup is that like I don't even need music because you can hear the waterfall in the background. Like let's all just pause and take that in. Isn't it kind of relaxing?
Hey, it is now the Monday after Thanksgiving. It's been a few days since I updated, but yeah, I've just been having a nice holiday with the family and just being, offline. But now it's Monday. It's kind of a low-key day, so I'm just getting some work done again. And yeah, I think I will just throw up a little like highlight reel of what I've been up to. I didn't film a ton, but we went to like the Sonoran Desert Museum, which is pretty cool. It's basically like a open air museum / botanical garden, pretty unique spot. And I went on some hikes and stuff like that. So I'll just roll a little highlight reel of that now. And then as for today, I'm hoping to stream one more time before I go home. But mostly I've just been getting lots and lots of work done. And I think this video will probably come out before this one does. So I don't feel bad about saying what it's about. I'm working on this video about the game of the year and how it's developed over the years and how it gets selected. And I've honestly put in good hours on this. I mean, I'd say the video is like half done, being sequenced. Yeah, I've just been plugging away at it, and it's been nice to kind of prove to myself that I can work like this on the road. So that's been cool, and I'll get a stream in tonight hopefully, and then yeah, that'll kind of have justified me
packing this whole thing up and bringing it with me.
And then that's about it. I gotta put everything back in the suitcase and make sure it gets home safe. So I may get a little more work done tomorrow, but then everything's gotta go back in. So that'll be fun. But it got here okay, so hopefully going home will be the same and nothing extra to worry about. We shall see on that. But yeah, that's been it. I'd say success on transporting the computer, success on getting some work done remotely, I guess, you know, quote unquote, even though I have a pretty elaborate setup. I actually almost have been even more productive just because there's less distractions with this setup. So that's been kind of nice. And I'm gonna be finishing this video up when I get home and hopefully releasing by, I think Saturday was my plan. I don't know if I'll hit that, but I think I'll be close. I think I've set myself up to get close. I might check in around the time that I stream, but otherwise, that's it for now. Okay, false start on the stream yesterday. It is now the next day, and I am actually going to stream from this room. I just kind of got caught up doing stuff yesterday and forgot that time zones are a thing, and yeah, it just became too late. The other thing too is, as far as lighting in this room goes, there's like an overhead light, but otherwise at nighttime it is quite dark in here. I'm not even sure I would have been lit well enough to do a stream. Excuses though. I'm getting it done now with plenty of natural light. I'll show you the setup. And this is basically it. I really squeezed a lot in there. And yeah, I'm just, I'm gonna have like chat and OBS up on the right side, and then obviously whatever I'm doing on the bigger monitor. It's tight. And the other thing I found is that this keyboard and mouse combo is far from amazing for doing any kind of gaming. It's even been tough for editing because I don't know if it's just the position of the USB dongle, but it kind of like tends to occasionally just lose connection. So that sucks, but I will be playing some Hades 2 with a controller, so hopefully that will be no issue. Yeah, definitely some challenges streaming with this setup, but the main goal really was to get a lot of editing done. So I think I've done that pretty well. Just excited to see how the stream goes. It'll be a short one, but at least I will have got one in at this setup just to kind of stress test it. And then I pack it up and go home tomorrow. That's it, kind of. The whole premise of the video was that I was going to take my stream to somewhere new, and I had done that, although what I ended up doing a lot more of was just working and editing. Which was also important, but it's not as funny of a concept for a video. So at least I'm getting one more stream in for you. I'll update again as I'm packing this up. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Check. How do I sound? Oh my God. I must be so echoey. Not much I could do about that, unfortunately. How was Azerbaijan? Still there, buddy? Hey, how's it going, chat? I guess if you're American, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. And if you're not, I hope you had a good week. Yeah, I'm quite echoey. Yeah, this is basically an empty room, other than my setup, of course, which is in front of me, which is currently on a card table that is just big enough to fit my monitors and my microphone and my keyboard and mouse. And my keyboard and mouse do not work well enough to play keyboard and mouse games. So therefore, I will be playing a controller game today. So, to answer the ultimate question of can I stream from a different location, the answer is yes. It's a resounding yes. I am capable. The real question now is should I? I don't know. It's a bit of a pain. And the dog is barking at me. I don't know if you hear that. Yeah, so I wanted to test out this setup. Here's what I'm thinking. This is awkward. I'm live, I got my mic, I'm gonna play a game, I can do it. But I realized I made a mistake when it came to, just planning for streaming from a different place. I was so focused on getting the PC put together and the setup all together and transporting it from one place to another that I realized I had nothing to do on stream. I just didn't have any ideas for what I would even do down here. It was kind of funny streaming out in the backyard, but otherwise, all week I was I don't have any games installed on this computer. I don't have any real activities that I wanted to do. I didn't have any guests that I specifically wanted to bring on or anything. So I'm kind of what did I think I was gonna do? And I guess the answer is just this, just stream and be in a different location. Roblox, don't say that. Don't say that. Oh, it's a few hours after my stream and I am just packing up the setup now to get ready to go tomorrow. All in all, I'd say a success transporting the stream.
Um, definitely some lessons learned, but overall I think I got it done. I would say the keyboard and mouse situation was not the best. You can kind of see what I was dealing with here. It's like a soft card table, and I used this as a mouse pad, just a kid's book. And so it worked well enough, but I couldn't really like play games with that. So I was relying on the controller most of the time, which thank God I stuffed in my bag at the last minute, or I wouldn't have been able to play anything. And I think in general, just in the future, if I was ever gonna stream from a different location again, I probably would come with more of a plan. I think I was so focused on just getting the computer and all the gear here that I didn't, you know, the plan was just stream in a different location, but I didn't have really any ideas for what to do. So I ended up not streaming much. I was also just busy, but we got it done. And most importantly, I got a lot of work done on other stuff. So that's good. I'll show how it's packed in just a second here. So yeah, there you go. There's the suitcase again. It's got a bunch of clothes wrapped around it. The graphics card is in there somewhere, and then the portable monitor will go on top. I think it should be safe enough, is what it is. It got us here in one piece, and honestly, I think it's even more tightly packed this time than it was before. So hopefully it'll get back in one piece. Assuming nothing much happens, I will probably check in next at home, hopefully with the computer safe and sound. Okay, well, slightly bad news, but at least I caught it. I had the graphics card in the hood of the sweatshirt, and I actually had this packed upside down, so the entire weight of the computer would have been coming down on the graphics card. Luckily, I caught that before I zipped this up, or I might have had some trouble tomorrow. But I fixed that. I'm just gonna repack it the same way it was. And just like that, I'm home. Pretty uneventful. The only thing is that the bag that had my computer in it, I asked, because they had those scanners at the TSA station that are supposed to be able to, you know, you're supposed to be able to keep the electronics in your bag. I told him what was in there, and he said, yeah, it should be fine. And then it goes through, immediately gets pulled. The guy pulls the computer out and says, this has to go through separately. So they didn't do anything about it. They just sent it back through the scanner, and then all was well. And the computer is right behind me in one piece. All good. I'm just piecing the setup back together so that I can get back to work finishing this video, and desperately trying not to show the mess behind me because we kind of just unpacked straight into the living room. Thank you for joining me. I don't have a lot more to say than that. I just thought maybe this would be interesting. And if you're watching until the end, I can only assume you found it interesting, at least to some degree, whether it was just what I got up to, or how I set up my stream to be remote, or maybe you're someone who was just wondering if you could travel with your PC, in which case I hope maybe I answered your question. Signing off for now. Until next time, whenever that is. Peace.